Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're all doing very, very, very well. Just want to welcome you all. If it's the first time for joining us, and welcome. If you've been with us before, thank you and welcome. Thank you ever so much. Today is a bit of a different show because they have allowed us out the house. So we are outside, and as you all know, welcome for joining us today. It's Cham Mot with the wonderful, wonderful Salma. So, guys, welcome. Salma, how are you?
Do you know what? I'm excited to be here. I have had so much to do today, but today we have to get this on. Listen, I'm ready to go.
Wow. Guys, today is a wonderful, wonderful day for us. As we all know, we have been lifted out of lockdown. So today's show is a little bit different. What did I say you got? Did I hear you say you have a new hairdo?
Well,
Hello. Tell me about it.
Well, actually,
excuse me.
It's one of my hair. I've had it for God knows how many years. So it's nice to be back. Pocahontas is finally back.
Pocahontas is finally back. I just wanted to give her a moment there so she could let you guys know. Because obviously, as you all know, Salma did my little pixie. And my pixies literally changed my life. Hello! I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to call myself now? My name is Nasai. Salma Nasai.
Honestly, that could actually work.
Yeah, that actually could work. When I just said that, I thought myself, that's a new Peruvian weed.
Funny enough, I've actually got a pixie. I can actually one of my pixies.
So Nasai, after Cham Mot,
I can actually laugh my pixies.
That's a good idea. So this new hairstyle that you've got today, tell me a little bit more because I want this hairstyle.
Well, girl, this is a proven hair. I've had this hair for almost 5 years, and that's the HD lace, which is almost close to my skin. If you can, I
have to be honest, though, Salma, that is a 10 out of 10, perfect for the complexion. So when you say, what did you say about?
So there's different kind of, for me personally, as long as the quality is great, it's shiny, it's silky, it's fine. But then you have different hair, different name, doesn't work for me. But
of course, but it's lovely. It's really, really nice. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying it's any better than my own little
Pocahontas, like bone straight.
Yeah, you know what? You remind me so much of Pocahontas with this hairstyle, though. But you know what, Salma? I remember you with this hairstyle.
Years
back in the day, yeah, I remember you with this hairstyle. I love it.
I think middle part is like one of my. When I have a middle part long hair, don't talk to me.
I've never had it in my life. I have never, ever in my life. Ever.
You haven't
no, Salman. Once upon a time, I went to a friend's house and she had a middle part in wig, and she said, "Try it." When I saw myself, I said, "That's not me."
Do you know what? I can understand that because a lot of people do say, a lot of people do say it's not for them. But now I say, listen, if I do your hair, trust me.
Okay, I think I'm about to have a middle party. So, guys. So today, as you can see, it's a little bit different with me and Salma. Obviously, lockdown has come to an end. So we thought we'd meet up today to give you guys our show of Cham Mot with Salma and Nasai. And today, we really want to discuss, obviously, current topic. We really want to discuss about the end of lockdown. As everybody knows, lockdown hasn't been easy, and it hasn't. You know, some people have benefited from it. Some people have become better people. It's all been, it's an up and down thing. So today, you know, we just want to have a quick conversation with you guys about the end of lockdown. So what are you going to be doing now lockdown is over?
You know what? Honestly, I've been sitting down, not even laugh, I've been sitting down for a restaurant to take myself out and the kids. Not even no friends, just me and the kids, just go out, good atmosphere, good nice interior, good music. Just sit there and eat and enjoy it. Just appreciate just being outdoors. Like I'm not even inviting any of my friends. I'm sorry. Like my kids are like my new best friends. So just want to go out. That's all I'm looking forward to. And all restaurants are booked.
Oh wow.
So I'm here waiting.
But Salma, did you remember when we had that kind of shocking news? I think it was March the 22nd or the 23rd, and they sort of kind of said, "Everybody do not leave the house. Kids, you're not going anywhere."
I was pregnant, heavily pregnant, so I was a high risk.
Oh, wow.
Literally, my mom was like, don't step out. My partner was extremely protective. Even if I was to go to the shop, he was like, no. And I remember having to sneak out of the house, unbeknown to him and my mum. And then when I'm gone, he usually have his random habit. He'll come home just to see that I'm at home.
Yeah.
And then a few times he'll come home, I'm not here. He will panic because obviously when you're pregnant, you're high risk. So any little thing out there, you can contract the virus. So it was quite scary for me. And at a point, I just gave up. No.
How did you feel in the sense that it's a very rare thing? I mean, most of the time they're trying to tell us.
Do you know what? Not once have I ever been scared of it. So I just feel like, do you know what? It is what it is. If I contract the virus, so yeah. If I don't, I don't. I just got to live my life. I can't be that afraid of something as the virus, and then I'm not even living. Like it's been going on for over a year. People can stay in the house and not live. You know how many? Is the time? Imagine a year. That's a lot of time. That's being wasted.
Yeah, we're year 2-3 weeks.
That's a lot of time being wasted, and I cannot be at home and do nothing with myself. So I had to make something out of myself, and then imagine having to go into labour in that period of time.
Oh, I mean, I can imagine the hospital.
My partner couldn't come in for the scan. It was frustrating. I'm not gonna lie to you, because we were about to go and see the first time we went, he was allowed to obviously go there, and then I went for the next time, this scan of I can't remember what scan we were going to do. And then that's when lockdown hit, so he wasn't allowed to come. And this was something I wanted to share with him, because I wanted to experience that together, but he wasn't allowed to be there. So it was very frustrating. And when he was driving to the hospital, there was no parking. He would have to go and park. He would take off work to drive into the hospital, and you have to park somewhere and wait for me for like hours, 2 hours, come back. And I'm just like, this is just ridiculous. And then the worst part was when it's like,
it can't be easy. I mean, I remember, obviously, I wasn't pregnant during lockdown, but I remember being at a 9-to-5 job and being told, like, I think it was like on the third, I think it was like a Wednesday or the Thursday, and everyone at work was like, sort of, you know, there's this new thing going on about the COVID, and we all may need to have to work
from home. It's like as a joke at first.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We all may need to work out from home. I was like, oh, you know, whatever. And then the next minute, they told me that I've got to bring my laptop. They're going to upload the laptop with all the systems and everything. And I was like, cool. In my mind, I didn't think it was going to come to pass, because you know, you can't even get a day off work, let alone, you know what I mean, a whole year wherein you don't see your colleagues. But
really at first, this is the thing, when you do 9 to 5, for me, I was thinking, do you know what? That's a whole lot of freedom. You work in your own time.
Well, that is really not. In my own circumstance, I have no kids in the house, and at the same time, I don't have a partner in the house, or my mom or my dad or my brothers or my sisters or anyone, or even, you know, someone knocking on the door. I have moved to a completely new area, so it was like lockdown for me was almost like going to jail.
Isolation.
Yeah, it was a total level of isolation. It got to the point that I even stopped eating meat. Because I had a specific place in town where I would buy my meat, and this meat market was now closed. So in my mind, I'm thinking, hold on a moment, you mean I'm going to go down the road to go and get my meat? I'm not having that meat. From then on, I stopped eating meat. I never ate meat up until this day. I don't eat meat.
What is that? Are you going to go back to meat then?
Well, I would say if I eat meat, it's got to be that, you know, that cassava leaf, or it's got to be petete leaf, or it's got to be fufu and okra, or them, you know what I mean? And them creatures. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't mind meat in that way, but for me to go to the shop and get chicken and chips, it wasn't really my thing. Or get Nando's, no way. McDonald's, never.
You know, the funny thing was, I thought during lockdown I'll be doing a lot of takeaway, but to be honest, I haven't ordered any takeaway since lockdown.
Oh wow, that is good news, because I tell you, yeah, one thing lockdown did do for me was it changed my whole eating habit to an extreme, and I'm like,
healthy way.
Absolutely, I'm the kind of person wherein I just do what I've always done. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to find out, you know, I don't try steak if I've been eating beef. You know, I'm the kind of person. But then I came to a point where there was this supermarket where was the only place I could buy meat. So I said to myself, hold on a moment, you're gonna see the meat. When I went in the meat, I saw the meat. I saw the chicken. And I said, no. Not me. Yeah, it was like the chicken was laid on his back like this. And I said, not me. I just can't do that. No, so from then, and because it was a massive superstore on the side, they had all the vegetables. So then I got into the spinach, I got into the okra, I got into all the different type of beans. My meal, it's like I can't imagine that I would not buy meat. But then I had an adverse effect on me. I started losing my hair. Because remember, you have to have a certain amount of protein and certain amount of food. So I had to start balancing it.
Because you just did it like instant.
Instant. It was instant. My hair fell out all on the side. But as time has gone now, weeks, months later, I realized how dangerous meat is.
I don't think I can leave my meat alone.
I know, sis, but like, can I give you something to think about? Did you know, now this is going to be a statistic you're not going to believe. Did you know that the gladiators, the strongest people in the world, in their existence, have never eaten meat? So that concept that meat makes you strong, it's wrong.
Do you know, it's not so much about it being strong, because I think personally, being an African, I'm not gonna lie to you, upbringing, I've always been dependent on meat
and fish.
You know what I mean?
And
so
fish.
Even if I'm gonna cut it off my diet, because I never thought I could actually cut pork out of my diet. But then look, I don't even eat pork anymore.
Yeah.
So as of meat,
I prefer meat to pork any day.
I don't want to associate myself with pork. Anything pork related, I want no part in it. As of meat, I think it's possible because I am a fish lover as well. So listen, I love a good fish. Now I'm becoming, I'm starting to get into the salmon kind of thing.
Oh, I had salmon the other day. That is me. I'm really into my salmon, my red bream, my tilapia. I love my fish. I love my fish and my seafood, but I even want to cut that out as well to some degree, because they're killing these animals, and when you're seeing the barbaric behavior and the loss of now, guys, I don't want to say this, but I think the whole COVID thing is to do with global warming. That's what I believe. Yeah. In my heart, I believe mankind can no longer survive doing the things we have been doing, whether it's the car or it's the bicycle, and it's equally as killing the animals. Did you know our ecosystem is not for us to live in it? It's not for let me put it in the right way. Our ecosystem is not made in a way where the animals must live with us. The ecosystem is made that we live with the animals. This is their land. And we have taken our birds and our trees and everything and cut it. Life is no existence. I don't think our world could be the same in 100 years' time.
You know what? I feel like looking back into years and years back to now, it has tremendously changed. Because there's little things where I'm not really I don't know much about ecosystem and all of this thing.
I'm going to show you a documentary.
But I can understand where you're coming from, because looking back at things and how climate change is extreme. And then where is really cold? What is it?
Alaska.
Listen, I just go on YouTube just to watch, and then this thing was like, what the damage that global system is causing. And I'm thinking, what are we gonna have within the next 40 years? What's gonna be remaining of us?
Well, in 40 years, we're gonna be in a very dangerous place. And I believe the whole, the system has to stop. People have to stop going out. People have to stop spending. It's gone to an I think am I getting heavy?
No, do you know what? It's educating, because some of these things is like, I've never looked at COVID being related to climate change.
All right. Okay, now I'm going to introduce you to a gentleman named David Attenborough, and he done a documentary currently available on Netflix.
I think I'll watch the animal.
Now that my theory is, I think I know everything, right? My theory is he made some predictions in that documentary. Mankind must stop, or the world will come to an end.
The thing is where it is, because I feel like Whereas nature, there's not much to it.
There's nothing left in nature.
The trees, everything's been cut down, and then we survive. Us as humans survive from these things, like the tree, because the tree has life, it's reproduction, and that's how it's like we survive from this thing.
Yeah.
So now everything's been cut up, been chopped up. It's just like we're breathing toxic, like we're intoxicating. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we're not only just intoxicating ourselves and the animals, because the animals are also dying. We're making the world suitable for mankind, but it's unsuitable for the creature.
Even though we're thinking we're making suitable for mankind, we're trying to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And because of our comfort, we're causing a whole lot of damage. Yeah. Especially for this social media technology. Yeah. Mainly technology. It's beneficial. Don't get me wrong, because we're using it right now. But it's causing lives. Especially look at the let's continue.
No, I mean, absolutely. And this is, like I said, 1 year on from COVID, there's that element of, obviously you was pregnant, you had the baby, and it was difficult, you as a parent, and also the father seeing being in a hospital. But after all that comes to an end, or even someone like me who was in by themselves during the COVID, but after something like that, you start saying to yourself, what have I learned? And the one thing for me I have learned, and I cannot get, it goes to David Attenborough. And I did watch a lot of, I tried to figure out that most of the time the government doesn't tell you things until 5 years after. So in my mind, I'm thinking, but how could you not be telling us all this stuff? You're telling us this stuff, but is it really happening now, or is it about to happen, or it's already happened?
No, they don't really tell you until it's already caused damage.
So the damage that I think, the ozone layer, the whole ecosystem of this whole wide world, it's at proportionate. It's unbelievable. I saw this documentary. Like when we look at flowers and we think they look so pretty, they're dead. If you saw their true color, it was like, like sometimes you see a leaf, a green leaf, and it looks a bit radiant, it's got a bit of red in it. Its true color, it is like radiant. So what we are seeing out here on the trees, this is not what it's supposed to look like. What the trees are supposed to look like, the actual green and the real yellows and the real reds, it's all been destroyed. It's not going to be, it can never be made better. Mankind comes, like we had, different generations, from this carnivore to dinosaurs to apes. We are human beings, and we are also just part of that next evolution. What will that be? And these are going to be our children.
Someone made a funny statement. I think my partner made a statement saying that he feels that the next generation, the next whatever evolution, they're going to be zombies.
I bet they're going to look like me, innit? Oh, zombie!
Everyone's going to be zombies. There's so much damage. There's so many damages, and people are just, one is like what we're taking in, and then what people are doing to their body. It's just like, nobody even cares about what their appearance, their health anymore. Everyone's just doing what they want to do.
Yeah, and I think at the same time, that's why COVID has been enlightening to me. And to see people's ways of handling it. I found the people who've got the most things are those that complain the most. I saw a lady on television the other day talking about how she feels like the only place that she's got to go is her shed. Hello, some people ain't even got a garden, let alone a shed.
I ain't got a garden.
Do you know what I mean? She's saying about her garden, and then she's saying her garden, that garden, the shed. It's like, this is all I've got. I haven't seen people. I haven't seen people for ages.
All this privilege. It just what it really is. At the end of the day, it's like I have nothing, but I have tend to appreciate nothing.
Yeah,
I appreciate nothing. So I could be in my home, and my home has become my comfort zone and my space of happiness.
So I miss home. I've been in London, and I already miss home. I miss home so much because I've been stuck in there for 1 year. But you talk about home your comfort. I think that's one thing COVID has really done for a majority of people.
It does. It's extreme. I feel like because when I do hair and I tend to meet a lot of people and listen, I feel like it has been extreme on both ends. Yeah. If anything, if it's going to be in the comfort, it's really helped those. There's not in between. There's never been. It's like knowing yourself, loving yourself, appreciating the finer thing in life, the finest thing, little things in life, and then just appreciating your life.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then there are those that are no more with us.
Yes, of course.
There are those that are like going through mental health. Do you know a man of death, a man of trauma? There's so much that had happened because of COVID, especially the younger generation.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. And education, parenting as well. Me personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have had the most respect for teachers now.
Well done to the teachers.
Respect, because
that's a big point.
Honestly, I used to feel like they're not doing it now. Until it was time to homeschool, and I realized my son has so much potential because it's me. He takes the PASS, and I'm about to just rip out my hair. Oh, wow. I had to call the school. I'm like, do you know what? Come and collect him. I want no part in this no more. Get
out of here.
But they were actually really nice enough to actually understand my situation, having a newborn as well. So they were like, you know what? Because there's so much going on, we can take him. So I was able to have that balance of him going to school while I look after baby. So for me, it was good. And I have other people that are like going through extreme mental health, extreme worries.
I mean, one thing I wish I had the opportunity was to homeschool. Yeah, because I always wanted to be a teacher, but I was like, I'd rather teach my own kids, because probably other people's kids, I'll probably say, go and have some fun, eat all the sweets and chill out.
I don't know, everyone has different opinion about this whole parenting thing.
I'm really into education. When I was into school, when I was a young girl, education was the one thing I enjoyed, every aspect, from nursery to primary to college to university. It was like the apple of my eye.
That's
everything
great.
With education.
Really,
so I would be looking forward to I never failed exams. Exams was not, I never failed, you know. It wasn't smart, and passing exams is never about being smart. It's about practicing at the right time, making sure you're in time, and it's called good planning. You know, if you plan too early, you fail. Yeah, and if
naturally a black tower exam.
Okay,
it's always been like that.
But most people, exams are not the best way to test people's intelligence.
Not for me.
You know, because people can just pretend that. Because if you know enough of how it's going to be operated, you can fabricate it. But I really did. Sometimes I think I saw some of my friends and they were like doing the kids were like 8, 9, 10. I was like, oh my God, I think you're going to clean the bathroom. We're going to give you some geometry over there. Let's go over there and try and do something. You know what I mean? Science, you best go.
I enjoyed. I've actually enjoyed. Even now, I feel like right now, I can see that parenting is becoming like. But I feel like I'm actually an adult now.
That's beautiful. So, I'm sure Boris would love to hear that.
Oh, I think being to realize all those things.
But I think it then, you know what, it also showed how our cultural bringings are really missing in this community. You know what I mean? Because where a lot of Black or African or West Indian or Asian families have that reconstituted family where it's auntie, uncle, granny, those people are who uphold our families. And a lot of the Europeans may not necessarily know what it is about the reconstituted families and how our families operate. And I think COVID really gave the importance of family, and that has been missing in this country.
We're slowly losing that.
I think we are, but due to lockdown, people had to realize the essence more. It was, even though you don't want to talk to your sister, your cousin, but after 5 months of being locked up in the house and you start seeing other things, you start thinking, how are they? Are they okay? So I felt like, what did you think like that?
No, me, listen, my mum lives around the corner, my sister lives around the corner. So if anything, they usually just, funny enough, my sister just, because she lived around the corner, and then she was resentful from my life. So she literally stayed with me for about 3 months. So my mum as well, she's a frontliner, so she didn't want anything just in case. So she's like, listen, go to your sister, because my sister's high risk as well. She goes, go to your sister, I've just had a baby. So she was with me, she was a great help. And then my mum was going to work. So when she comes to visit, she literally makes sure that she's got full PPE on. There's a baby in the house. I need to make sure, for safety reasons, I've got to make sure everybody is safe. I can't just come and then just from work, just come straight. So come, leave everything outside. I'm thinking like, wow. So God's been on our side. Like none of our family have been affected by this whole thing. So thank God for that. But do you know what? For me personally, COVID has been nothing but blessing. Blessing.
So in relation to your working in that life, what has COVID, because especially people who are doing hairdressing or who are in the beauty,
like I said, it has been a blessing, because blessing, I wouldn't say a curse, because I never said anything as a curse. Everything is a learning experience, depending on how you look at it. So whereas we're unable to go outside to work, I use that as my time to develop new skills. So I could sit at home and say, I'm not working, I'm not doing this, I find other ways to improve my skills. So looking at when lockdown is lifted, back to business. Like I'm not. So if you realize, I don't know if you got on my page, I'm doing a lot of this whole frontal short hair.
Yeah, you're doing amazing.
So I only started that like what, last year, early last year. I started it. So when baby was what, how many months? I thought, you know what, I can't be doing the same thing. What can I do so when lockdown is lifted, it's not like everything I've been doing? I thought, you know what, let me push myself, because I never wanted to touch frontal ever. But I thought, you know what, practice can only make perfect. Absolutely. What have I got to lose? Is if I can get better at it or whatever, innit? Yeah. And I did. I went for it, and now I'm not gonna lie to you, it has done nothing but favors and blessings, and opened a lot of avenues for me, followers. So it's done me great. It's a great opportunity.
I mean, for me, I got up and started my YouTubing.
Do you know what? I feel like that, because I noticed you started it as well, because you were doing the whole
business stuff.
And then, you know what? It's so good. I feel like that's the thing about this whole lockdown. We've invested a lot of our time into something that we didn't even know.
Well, I always wanted to do it,
but then this pushed you.
Yeah, and I always wanted to do it, but I felt as if like I didn't have a hunger for it. And I felt during lockdown, it was my only solace. And I said to myself, what is going on? You think I want to go up in this place? I'm going to die in this place. I ain't dying in here. You know what I mean? So it was like, I had to fight and I had to win. There was no way I was going to become a recluse. I mean, some days I'll be in the house, I want to talk to my mouth got met smelling.
But look at it now though.
Oh, and I'm so happy I did it. And even sometimes when I look at some of the videos, like I'll remember when they're getting the lights and getting all the bits involved.
It's like as you're talking, excited, you know,
and I'm excited, especially when I haven't started what my dream actually is. So it's like doing the show, and like even when I wanted to do this Cham Mot with you, Salma, I couldn't have picked a better person, because I thought like you were so polite and so humble and such a friendly young woman. It's like God oozed me to you, and it was like I kept seeing you on the Insta.
And you remember when I made a message, you were like, initially my first thought was Nasai, but I was like, oh, she might not want to do it.
No, I was like, guys.
But then when I did, and people were like, Nasai, like, bro, a lot of people were like, Nasai, thinking, and when you message me thinking,
oh yes, I saw the message. I did. I saw the message, and I wanted to say, you, what you doing? You come with me, man. I'll do it with you.
When you message me, the way how was like, wait, okay. Before I get excited, let me confirm that. Remember when I was talking to you on the phone, I wasn't sure if I should be happy. And you were like, hello, auntie. I'm like, what are you talking about, Salma? Because I really want to do this, but I don't know, like maybe she wants something else. I don't know what she wants.
No.
But you're like, no. I'm gonna talk you. I'm gonna guide you through it. Just watch what I'm doing.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this together.
Yeah.
Just like,
And I was really impressed how modern you were. Yeah. I really was. I'm shocked. I mean, I got some of the, I'm quite ignorant at times. I have been known to be, and just a little bit. And I was like, are you sure you're from Sierra Leone, Salma? Hey, have you seen Salma? Let me know what Salma is.
I was born and raised there, but the thing is,
you were just so much like me. And even though I'm from Sierra Leone, I have that sort of kind of, you know, you just get on the shit, get me on the thing. So when I see you now, I'm thinking, Salma's a good girl. Salma don't want to be no. And when I spoke to you, I was just so impressed. I thought to myself, what a lovely lady you grew up to be. And I remember when we was doing the fashion shows, and I remember when you had your little bag and a little baby, you were just always on the matter. And it's just amazing to see you just flourish.
And I remember you. Oh, what are you doing? Listen, don't. I'm going to go out to smoke. I'm going out. I'm going out to smoke. Listen, don't do that. Can you just stand here? You're doing it wrong. That's how you walk. How was that? And I remember I was asking my cousin, I was like, has she done this before? She goes, she was a model. She's still a model, so she knows that. That's why she's the.
And it was so, I was so desperate to get Sierra Leonean girls.
He was
that
really,
they had to. It was on. I was so hungry, and I managed to get yourself. I managed to get Rugi. So that was 2 makeup artists. Who was the other makeup artist? What's her name? What's her name?
I think there's one.
House of Cisse. What's her name?
She's still doing makeup.
Yeah, she's still doing makeup. And we didn't use Cuckoo there. So I think my aim through the Miss Sierra Leone was always, I wanted to have a collective of 5 top Sierra Leonean models in the UK.
Do you know what funny enough you mentioned Sierra Leone? So the other day I had clients that came here. I didn't even know that we had a gold medal American athletic that's from Sierra Leone.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know she came.
She came in. Nadia. Oh no, I don't remember her name, but she was
Nadia. She came here to do her hair, and I didn't even know. She never even mentioned it once. No, her sister. They were so lovely. Her sister was here, we were talking,
right.
And then all of a sudden, she must have at me on one of her work, and then I'm just like, and we were just talking about the history of the careers.
Yeah, really.
And they were like, listen, it's so nice to see someone like yourself doing the thing. And I was just like,
oh, and that was me. Obviously, growing up in Hackney or in Tottenham and whatnot, it's always been a bit difficult. I haven't had many Sierra Leonean people in the industry. So when we got started doing the Miss Sierra Leone, it was an opportunity. I had a goal. My goal was I needed 5 models, I needed two photographers, and I needed 4 to 5 makeup artists. And out of that show, that's how I met you. I had Rugi. Even Rugi stepped off the game a little bit. She stepped off. She's coming back. She's doing that thing with the. She's amazing.
Honestly, I called her.
I'm going to do an interview with her as well.
Yeah,
we're going to do something.
Yeah, I called her. Really, but I looked at the setting. She's doing great.
But we had Yasmin Karim. Yasmin was a fantastic model. I thought she was a fantastic model. I thought we had Katie. She was brilliant.
Katie's doing great.
I mean, she's doing really brilliant now with the blonde and makeup and the hair and everything. And we also had Queen Naz, who was doing the Nollywood TV. I also trained. I mean, these were the girls that I trained, and I gave all my heart because I thought, like, these girls are good. And they were good. That's why having you here doing the Cham Mot, I'm just looking forward to us to just move forward.
Summertime.
Well, I'm gonna get a new hair.
I can take this to the park as well, so I can just have a sit down and do it like a recording outside in the park, just charge it. So
nice one.
Yeah.
So guys, look, Salma, we're gonna have to bring this to an end, guys. We don't want to make it too long, as you know. We're gonna try and do the Cham Mot with me and Salma every week. Okay. Today's discussion was about COVID-19 1 year on. For me, COVID-19 or COVID lockdown has been worth it. It was a difficult climb, but with anything in life, it's never easy. And I think, only the good survive. And if you have survived, if you haven't, it does not mean you're not good. It means that maybe there's a few things perhaps you need to put in place in order to get stronger. Salma, COVID-19 lockdown, what's your say?
My say is COVID, bring it on. Bring it on. Listen, it didn't get me the first time, it ain't gonna get me. Never.
That's it.
Never.
That's it. And for anyone who's lost their lives, or anyone who's lost their family or their friends during COVID, my condolences. And all we can say is I'm very, very sorry. It's been a very difficult time for everybody. But life, things are not always by mistake. Sometimes it's by design. And I think we're not here by mistake. And I'm just happy. We're still as we are. So I want to say thank you to everyone that's been joining the show so far. After today's little catch up, please, I'll be happy to have any comments from anybody who want to give us advice about anything we can do. And obviously with the show, we'd like to do a bit more. So we are looking for sponsorships and people who like to be a part of it and to support us in reaching our goals. So if anybody has any ideas, just like, comment, or get in contact with us. All right.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, that's so. Just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us and have a wonderful, wonderful day.